Hello, my name is Riesa and this is Bowie. We are Master Bowie. It's a bit of a change of scenery in this video. Normally I'll be in my kitchen, but today I am outside enjoying the sun. So today I'll be talking about fully balanced versus balance over time. If you haven't yet, make sure to check out our previous video, raw versus cooked food, which diet is better for dogs. First, let's examine what fully balanced means. Fully balanced means you are feeding your dog a meal that's formulated to contain all essential nutrients in the correct proportions defined by AAFCO, VDF, or NRC. AAFCO sets pet food standards in the US, while VDF is the European equivalent. Both AAFCO and VDF guidelines are based on the 2006 Nutrient Requirements of Dogs and Cats textbook published by the NRC. Now let's compare the three guidelines. NRC is based on scientific research. It is the most detailed and scientific approach to pet nutrition. It sets minimum requirements, adequate intakes, recommended allowances, and safe upper limits to prevent toxicity. It recognizes bioavailability, which is how much of a nutrient is actually used, and digestibility, which is how much of a food is broken down and absorbed. However, it does not account for real-world food processing, which can alter nutrient availability. It also only focuses on isolated nutrients and does not consider whole food synergy. So NRC guidelines assume ideal situation, but in reality, there are many factors that can impact how much nutrition a dog actually absorbs. Then you have the AAFCO and VDF guidelines, which take the NRC guidelines and adjust them for practicality in commercial pet food manufacturing. They are probably the most commonly followed and used guidelines by pet food manufacturers, professionals, and even pet parents when formulating dog food. Here are a few key differences between AAFCO and VDF. AAFCO, legally recognized in the US for pet food regulation, it does not differentiate between minimum requirements, adequate intakes, recommended allowances, or safe upper limits. VDF, recognized by European pet food regulators. It also uses additional European research alongside NRC. It includes energy-based recommendations, making it more precise and adaptable than AAFCO. It is updated more frequently. Since AAFCO and VDF guidelines are mainly designed for highly processed food like kibble and canned dog food, they do not consider ingredient quality or nutrient digestibility or bioavailability, as long as the food meets the minimum nutrient requirements. As a result, synthetic nutrients are often added back into the food in order to compensate the nutrient losses during processing. Fresh whole foods have higher nutrient bioavailability compared to highly processed food. This means that some of the nutrient levels set by AAFCO or VDF might be a bit too high for a dog's optimal health. The other flaw with these three guidelines is they are designed for most dogs, not individual dogs. In saying that, while they're not perfect, they are a great starting point to prevent nutritional imbalances, including excesses or deficiency when formulating dog food. Now let's talk about balance over time. Balance over time means that instead of ensuring every single meal is fully balanced, nutritional balance is achieved over multiple meals or days. This is done by rotating a variety of nutrient-dense whole foods, ensuring the dog gets everything they need over time while avoiding excesses or deficiencies. This method is only recommended for healthy adult dogs because they can regulate certain nutrients over time and do not need the daily balanced meals that developing puppies, seniors, or medically compromised dogs require. Some pet parents prefer this approach because it is more natural, as wild animals, ancestral dogs, or even humans don't eat a perfectly balanced meal every time, but their diet balances out over time. It is more flexible, easier to vary ingredients and rotate proteins, and it is more practical for homemade diets where precise balancing in each meal isn't always feasible. Balance over time is often misunderstood and has pitfalls because feeding just meat, vegetables, and rice is not going to cut it. You still need a solid knowledge of dog nutrition to make it work successfully. There are certain nutrients that are required daily and cannot be balanced over time, such as calories, moisture, macronutrients, and water-soluble vitamins. Other nutrients, such as fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins, macro and micro minerals, can be balanced over time because the body can store these nutrients when in excess. However, you have to remember that you cannot balance over time if your dog doesn't get sufficient nutrients to begin with. Most pet parents don't have the time or resources or the knowledge to practice balance over time confidently and successfully, so it's often easier for them to feed fully balanced meal in every single meal. So which approach do I practice? I practice both. I don't feed Bowie an FCAR or VDF complete and balanced meal in every single meal, but I do so on rotation. So whichever approach you take, I think it is very important to keep these points in mind. If you feed fully balanced meal daily, make sure to rotate proteins and fresh food sources. Rotate the recipes and brands if using commercial food. If you're adding toppers, keep them within the 10% so not to disrupt the balance. If you practice balance over time, make sure you have a solid understanding of dog nutrition and what food sources provide the nutrients. Have a safety net, such as using a premix or meal balancer on rotation and incorporating formulated complete and balanced recipes into your dog's diet, either by making them your own or using commercial food. Each dog has unique nutritional needs, and as they age, their needs change as well. So I think it's very important to be in tune with your dog's body and adjust their diets accordingly. There is no one-size-fits-all formula in dog food or in dog nutrition. If you like to learn more about dog nutrition or making your own dog food, make sure to check out our ebook, Bowie Drools Over the Alphabet. I put the link below. Meanwhile, take care and nourish your dog one bowl at a time. We'll see you next time. Bye!